Hey, I might as well give up making my short film. What's up? It's a culture detective here investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on the first Slam Dunk. So yeah, a few days ago, 3, 4, 5 days ago, I went to the cinema. I went to a cinema I've never been to and watched the first Slam Dunk. And that's a totally random left field decision I've made because I've never really planned to watch this movie because I doesn't even know that this movie exists until very lately when I got back to Hong Kong and I saw the posters of this movie all across the MTR stations. And even so, I probably wouldn't really care about watching the movie until I found out that the mangaka of Slam Dunk, Inoue Takehiko, also directed this movie, and I thought, holy shit, what are the chances that a mangaka would directly make the jump from mangaka to film director? That's a pretty huge leap. Like, at least a lot of people would maybe join the production team, maybe co-direct some anime series, but no, right off the bat, he makes a jump to directing a straight up movie. And another reason why I decided to watch this is because it has some pretty great ratings on Letterboxd, so I thought it's probably gonna be a surprise for me. And I also God, I also just don't think this movie is ever going to be screened anywhere else ever. Like, if I go back to USA and decide to watch this movie, it's probably not even going to be screened there. So, yeah, there's that. I've never read Slam Dunk or Vagabond. I've never watched a single episode of Vagabond, and I suck at basketball, and I fucking hate sports. And let me tell you, this movie is amazing. This movie is friggin' amazing. Essentially, the first Slam Dunk. Now, I've never watched a single episode of Slam Dunk, so I have no context to work with at all. I don't know if this is supposed to be a prequel or a spin-off or whatever. I have no idea. I think it's a prequel. When I watched the movie, I treated it like it's a prequel. But yeah, essentially, it's about it's the entire movie. The entire 2 hour movie is one basketball match between two basketball teams who represent a whole prefecture, right? Or not really a prefecture, but two high school basketball teams. Because Sanon is super powerful, and they're the antagonists. And then we have the protagonists, who are the Shohoku basketball team. And then we have the protagonists. We have 5 people. We have a crazy guy with red hair. We have the main character who's called Ryo, who is short, but he has the passion, he has the conviction. And then we have the few other people, and the entire 2 hours is basically one long ass basketball match. But from time to time, we cut to a flashback of Ryo in his past, why he joined basketball, why he wanted to, be good at basketball, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the structure of the movie. I wouldn't say it's that ambitious. It is quite ambitious, but also not that ambitious. And I say quite, and that's because normally, normally an anime movie doesn't do that. A lot of movies do that, but normally I haven't really seen an anime movie that sort of does this, one long scene for 2 hours straight, and then you interject a bunch of flashbacks in the middle. So that's kind of fun. Also, the art style here is a little bit unconventional. It's hand drawn and then meld together with CGI. So at the same time, the characters are all kind of 3D at the same time. And usually people hate that kind of stuff, but it actually looks fine here. It's a little jarring at first, but after a while, I actually kind of think it's okay. It's sort of like Beastars. It just turned out fine. It just turned out well. I also really like Inoue Takehiko's drawing style as well. The way he draws characters is so much more realistic and humane than many other mangakas do. And I think the biggest thing about this movie that I enjoyed is that I've never seen a sports match in a movie that's this exhilarating and this suspenseful. just one basketball match is full of ups and downs and twists and turns. And even though I know nothing about basketball matches, I still am able to tell what's going on. Like when you have a short dude, the villains, the antagonist team, they send two tall dudes to literally press against him and block him while he's having the ball. And that's evil as fuck. Like at least I'm able to tell, okay, that's a bad thing. You know, the short guy, Ryo, he must get out of this. You know, this is called a zone press and he needs to somehow get out of this. And then I also yeah, again, I don't know anything about basketball rules and everything, but you know, there are 3-point shoots, there are 2-point shoots. So the protagonists are lagging behind, so they're trying to win by making every shoot a 3-point shoot, which is very risky. So again, so many rules and things come into play, and I do understand most of the time, which is really cool. And yeah, just when you think the match is over, it goes on more and more and more. Every time you think the match cannot get even more suspenseful and intense, Inoue Takehiko just pulls something new, like a new trick up his sleeve or something. And also like that, every single protagonist is likable and memorable. They all have their own backstory. So yeah, overall, I wouldn't say this anime is anything artsy or experimental or anything. I heard that Vagabond is a little experimental, the way it tells story, but and this anime movie just feels very conventional and smooth, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a very enjoyable watch, and I think it's a damn good anime movie, and I had a blast watching it. Strong 8 out of 10. So, have you watched the first Slam Dunk? Comments below let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.